Emory Hunters are the Playbook Hero football game plan at the 2022 East-West Shrine Bowl in Las Vegas, Nevada. First year is out here in Las Vegas with Chigoziem Okonkwo of Maryland. Tight end, I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Your position is sort of unique. I feel like the tight end position from the time when I played to where it is now is completely different. You know,
sure.
We used to call you guys athletic tackles.
Yep.
Now you guys are big wide receivers. Do you fall somewhere in the middle, and how do you feel as though the position has changed in your eyes from the time you were growing up to where it is now?
Yeah, I definitely feel like, for your team to win these days, you got to have a good tight end. Like, you got to have a great tight end. You see the best team in the league right now, they always have something in common, and it's always to have a great tight end. So it's just, being a mismatch problem, in the passing game and in the run game, being an extra blocker, just, getting on those linebackers, on those safeties, on those little guys, just being able to open up the run game on the edge, doing stuff in the interior. So the tight end is like a Swiss Army knife. He does every single thing on the field. He's the only guy besides a quarterback on the field that has to know everything. You got to know everything in the passing game. You have to know everything in the run game, all the calls from the line, because you're a part of that. And you have to know all the side adjustments from the receiver. You got to know what the running back's doing. You got to know everything. So I feel like besides quarterback, the tight end is the next, smartest position on the field.
I'm glad you brought that up, because my next question is going to be coming in. I remember my playbook was like this. This is running back, right? I saw the quarterback playbook like that. For you, what was the transition like from high school to college in terms of what you thought you knew to what you had to know?
Okay, that's when I realized, when I came to college, I realized I actually didn't know anything. I didn't really know anything about football. I was really just in high school, I was really just running around, catching passes, blocking people. But when I really got to college, I actually sat down and learned the X's and O's of football, and why I'm doing something that I'm doing, why I'm running a route at a certain depth, why that route needs to be at 12 and not 10, how it messes up the entire play if it's not at the exact depth, why I need to take this track in the run game, because if I don't take this track in the run game, the whole play is screwed. So it's just stuff like that, having to learn that. It was a lot of knowledge. I feel like I gained a lot of knowledge from the time I stepped into college, from the time that I left.
Most people knock the spread offense, but I love the spread offense for this reason.
Why?
One, because you get a lot of receptions, right?
Yep.
But also, you guys see a lot coverage-wise. When did the game slow down for you as a player, and how much have you seen from a coverage perspective out there on the field?
I'll say towards the end of my sophomore year is when it started to really all come together for me, because at first I needed to learn, my own stuff, and before I could learn what the defense was doing. So by the end of my sophomore year, that's when I really started to understand, different coverages and why we ran certain route concepts against different coverages. Because sometimes my freshman year I'd be like, man, why don't we run this? Why don't we run this game? But the whole time, they're running two-man. So I was like, that ain't gonna work. But now that I realize, why you run certain things into certain coverages, I feel like that's helped a lot, trying to get open on different routes, because if a guy's sitting in his zone, you're not breaking out no more. You're going to sit down right there, and you're gonna get it. If he's playing man, you better not sit down, because you're just going to be sitting there with a guy glued to your hip. You need to break out. So there's all these different things, when you learn that kind of stuff, you learn how to get open more, and that's how, you increase your production.
I feel like Maryland is a sleeping giant.
Yep.
Big school, kind of have some success, but it's kind of swimming in the middle right now. How special of a place is Maryland, and how much do you think that program has left to get to where they want to be from the time when you got there?
Very special place because of the people that go there. Very, resilient people. Everybody that I played with, man, we're all about the grind, and it's just like having to go through so many trials and tribulations, since I've been there, coming, going in, what happened. With our brother, we lost our brother. Then having a clean house, then come back, we have a rebuild year, go 3-9. Then junior year, pandemic hits. So everybody that's been in that program, we've been through so much. And then, this senior year, we finally get to, turn the program around. We finally get to go above 500 for the first time in like 6 years, go to our first bowl game in 6 years, and win that game, dominate that game, and end on a high note. So I feel like this program is, it just needs, this, that little bit step. They will really be able to compete in the Big Ten for a championship in the next year or so.
Well, Chig, listen, man, it's been outstanding to talk to you, get your perspective from that position and what it means to the offense. I'm glad you brought up that, and I know you're going to go out here and do well in front of all these scouts. So don't look at it like it's a big over. It's just football.
It's just football. It's always football. Football is football, man.
It's football, no matter where you play it. If it's Vegas, it's in College Park, and we wish you the best luck moving forward.
Yes, sir. Thank you.